Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. My name is SaveWithCrypto from the YouTube channel called SaveWithCrypto, which obviously you're watching now. Please do make sure you are subscribed and you've got the notifications set to all, and give the stream a like before you do anything else, before we get into the meat and potatoes. Right. As usual, we are here today with Maff, who is the coder behind our amazing indicator called Quadzilla. Hello, Maff.
Hello. Hi. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I've just had some boiled eggs. So there you go.
Yeah.
So I'm
this
ready
is what
to go.
people want to know, isn't it?
Yeah. It is actually. Yeah. I've had a boiled egg for ages actually, but anyway.
Do you have them do you like them very runny, like soft boiled?
Some days I do, and some days I don't. Today I was after a runny one, but they ended up a bit hard because I don't know. They were unfamiliar eggs actually. They were kind of quite large, but I don't know. So I wasn't quite sure of the timing,
Yeah,
And,
I'm sure there's some kind of metaphor there about trading. It's like bring it back on topic. We can do it.
Yeah. Well, as it happens, I had sort of eggs on my brain a little bit because you know that Zoid Pay thing that I'm always involved with. Well, there was a meeting the other day with with the shopping pool people. That's the kind of like node liquidity provider people who's like me really. I think that's just another name for bag holder really. But there is some good news, but I'm not allowed to say anything. And every time I do say something, I get in massive trouble. So
are you allowed to say that there is good news even?
I'm not sure actually, but so over in the Telegram group, that's the more public one, everyone's saying, "Oi, save with crypto, tell us some news about ZoidPay. Is it good?" And I thought, well, if I say anything, someone's going to jump down my throat and say stop leaking information. So I just put a little emoji of a chick coming out of an egg, and that was it.
Okay, so, interesting.
So
Cryptic.
That's all you're getting out of me.
I think we've really got to get him on the channel, haven't we? Onto the live stream.
I think actually once the chick is hatched,
and how
and
long's that going to take?
Well, it's taken 3 bloody years so far, but once the chick is hatched, and it's all about getting the chick into a chicken and and getting it to lay its own eggs. I suppose
I see. Yeah, okay.
And then at that point, I think Edward and Ichi would love to be on the stream and have a chat about everything actually. And but the actual token Zoid pays ZPAY. At the moment, that's only on KuCoin, and it's got this kind of ST tag. This like it's called special treatment, and that's not special as in good special. That's special as in needs.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
It needs help. So that's not doing very well. Just because it's like the market cap is like nothing at the moment. It's like I don't know. It's like really low. So what they're actually doing, they're actually swapping from the Multiverse X chain. They're swapping it to Solana. And they're also
that's pretty sensible, to be honest.
Like, and they're doing
who the hell is still using the Multiverse X chain?
And
the launchpad and so on.
And they're doing a rebrand as well. I don't like the new name, but we'll
see. Has that been announced? The new name?
I think it has, but I'm not going to say anything just in case I'm not supposed to say. But it is another name. I actually said it there. But
okay, yeah. I mean, I think that was announced anyway, wasn't it?
What's that?
I think that was announced anyway, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. It's called.
They would have another name. Yeah,
it's going to be called Another, and the token is Other, which I think is the most stupid name ever. But I don't know. They seem to think it's a good idea. But anyway, and if it works out, it will be some sort of like thing that's a bit like. I'm not even going to say, but it will basically be a non-custodial wallet that you'll be able to do bank type stuff with and buy stuff and all that, usual kind of stuff that I get involved with and all that. But anyway, I've probably said too much already. And so
to be fair, as a teaser, I think that sounds pretty exciting. It's got me interested.
If they actually manage to get the app out, then it will be good, as long as the app's good. I mean, for some reason they haven't let us test it or anything like that. And we were allowed to test it last April, and it was terrible actually. It was
just very early version, from the sounds of it.
Yeah. I mean, the kind of idea was good. The kind of spending from a non-custodial wallet was sort of there, but it didn't actually work like that. It was one of these. I mean, I really like it. I would like it if you had something where you could have some crypto in an app or something on your phone. I don't really care if it's custodial or non-custodial, really. And then when you actually do the transaction, if it actually did the transaction to fiat at that point, because most things don't, as far as I know. I mean, things like crypto.com, you actually have to turn crypto into pounds or euros before you can spend it, and then actually load the card. And it's the same with like Tap Global. That's the same thing there.
There's a similar one. I mean, maybe it's not a good time to talk about the competitors a bit, but like, doesn't Cast do that? I think.
I don't know actually. I will have a look actually, because I do like doing reviews and stuff of them things. I do know there are. I think Uphold does it as well.
Okay.
But I stopped using that because they tightened up the regulations in the UK, and they stopped giving you interest and stuff. So
it sucks. Yeah.
But I think
I'm pretty sure I used to have Uphold, but I think I removed it.
I think they've started again, but now they have to do it so the rewards are in USDT. They can give rewards in a stable coin, but not in crypto. Well, not in. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I have to look into it, but it's something that I kind of lost interest a little bit. Anyway, right. Anyway, what I was going to just talk about briefly, apart from eggs, was I did this video this morning. Where's it gone? Hang on. It was. This one here, my terrible crypto trade. And basically it was a bit of a weird video. I wanted to get one out before the live stream, so that because I know this time of day is quite good for just getting stuff on YouTube. So I just started sort of looking at the trade I had, which was this one here on Bybit. And this was awful because I don't know what I did. I think I went into a trade. You can see I've been going in and out like a fiddler's elbow. And basically what I'd done a few buys around here, and then the price like plummeted overnight, and it actually went. My liquidation was there, and it went stupidly low. I didn't have a stop loss or anything, and I was like, it wasn't a good night's sleep actually, because. I thought if that comes down there, I did actually have a stop loss down here, but it would have like taken 60% of my money actually. So I was
it's kind of having that nightmare, isn't it, where you're being chased by a monster or something, then you wake up and the monster is actually in the room with you, and it's like dreaming of like red candles.
Does that happen to you?
Oh, regularly, yeah. But
you're woken up with a monster in the room.
What? I better be careful what I say there, hadn't I? Because I might be taken the wrong way. But,
I mean, I've woken up with a few monsters, but
yeah, that's a different story, isn't it? Yeah. Who are you?
Oh my God, not again.
Yeah, exactly. Seeing them without the. Oh God, this is getting awful now. I was going to say seeing them without the beer goggles.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Apologies.
Anyway,
but yeah, just like sort of thinking.
Sorry.
Oh, just thinking like seeing the red candles going down and then waking up, and then that's actually exactly what's happened. And what was it?
Yeah. No, you probably think, everyone's probably thinking, what an idiot. And I was an idiot. I mean, I have no idea. I can't remember actually why I entered up there. And the fact that I went in on a round number like 185 makes me think that I didn't really think it out at all properly. And it would have been much better if I'd have just let it get like 5% in a loss and then think, oh, that's it, I'm definitely wrong there, so close the trade, make a loss, and then I could have longed it down the bottom here, couldn't I, at like midnight last night, and then woken up with much more profit. So I didn't do that. So
I'm wondering, could you, I mean, just as a thought, I mean, it's always like wise after the event and all that sort of thing. And it's during the trade, it's just really difficult to do this, to think rationally about it. Even, I mean, that's the psychology side, isn't it? But I was thinking, like, could you have opened a new long, even on a different exchange or something, or
I
equally,
could.
like while it's dropping, just open a short. You could close quickly, either in profit or in a small, that kind of offset the losses. That sort of thing.
I do that sometimes. Last night, because I don't know, this one was just in too much of a bad way to sort of like, I thought, if I'm going to lose money here, I don't want to lose any more money on other exchanges and stuff, so I don't know, I just I saw it going down, I thought I'll leave it. I actually set a trading stop loss to sort of like down here somewhere, and then I obviously pulled it back up. So I woke up this morning and the trading stop loss was still down here, and it had just gone almost into profit. So that was good. But the point of the video was saying, like, really, I know what I should do now is just close the damn trade and just not worry. But the thing is, now at the moment, it's actually worked out all right, because I'm actually 19% in profit. I mean, it's not huge, but it's $325, so it's like that's all right,
That's right. Considering how it could have gone.
Oh yeah, I could have. Well, last time I looked at it, it was like minus 700 or something, and that was like, ooh, no, don't like that at all.
Yeah. At least with Solana, you can be pretty confident it's going to come. Or still, it's just like when it's going to come back up.
But
the price of that and Bitcoin, they've been bouncing around, and it's fairly volatile, I think.
Anyway, one of the reasons I wasn't. I mean, I was worried, but I wasn't stupidly worried. But like, as I was looking at it on the 1 hour time frame, with Quadzilla, of course.
Well, of course, yeah.
Of course, if you don't know what Quadzilla it is, without it, it looks like that, and with it, it looks like that. So it adds the momentum oscillator down here, and also lots of bits and bobs up here, including things like these EMAs, these retracement levels, and convergence areas, lots of stuff. Anyway, but what I'd noticed was, as it was coming down here, so I was going to bed about midnight, so we were right down here.
Okay. Yeah.
What I did notice was the convergence band had come below the 20% mark, and there was a little bit of airspace there.
Yeah.
Now that made me think, actually, why is that different to that? Okay. Now that's different because in this case, what had happened is that the white one, which, let me get this right, the white one is the average of the stochastics. This is manual, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a weighted average. It's like biased towards the slower moving.
Right. And the red one is the fastest moving one. So what had kind of happened here is it was coming down, and basically the main weight of everything was still coming down, and only the faster one has started to move up a little bit, making a little bit of space there. And that wasn't the situation last night, because here the big fat weighted one had come right down here. The fastest one had followed it down, and by the time I went to bed, it was around about midnight. It was here, and I was thinking, okay, well, we've had that and that, so it's fairly likely it should go up fairly soon. I mean, it was a bit risky, but then I did start to see this green coming in on the convergence band. So that was a pretty good sign.
Vibrant, meaning that it's a
So that was at that point there when I went to bed. So I went to bed with knowing there was that green candle there, which was a step in the right direction, and luckily it worked out. Anyway, so what we got now, I think in the video this morning I was looking at the 30-minute time frame, and I was saying I was really pleased to see this EMA cross here. That's the 21, the yellow one, and the green one's the 55. And I was really pleased to see that cross there, and obviously the shading that Quadzilla does there. Seeing that cross and then go bullish. This retracement line here is a little bit worrying, but generally, normally when I see something bullish like that, I'm thinking that, okay, that should overpower that for the moment, you know.
Yeah. Also, that the red retracement level at the top, and it's interesting how it's really been interacting with that, playing around with that level. Yeah.
Yeah, which is, where is that? That's 188. Yeah, and so that was the 30-minute, and then I thought, I do my usual thing. If I see that cross there, I think, is it going to do it on the next sort of like, significant one up? And sure enough, we've got a cross now on the 45-minute, which is looking good. We're actually starting to draw a retracement line there, aren't we? Or is that done?
It's still happening. What color is it? Is that green? I can't quite. Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? So
it looks green to me. Yeah.
It has it done its first thing. Yeah, so the up down it. I think it looks like it's probably done its initial step one with the up,
So
and step two with the down is in progress.
Okay.
So kind of waiting for that to come around, and then the step three when it heads back up. So
okay.
That's
okay. Yes. So in that case, what we'd be looking for is this line will extend in its kind of thinner version, the 1 pixel one, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then we would expect the price to go through that, and then probably, well, there's no reason why it shouldn't go upwards from there, is there? Is that correct?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the lower one.
This one there. This is finished now because
yeah. I mean, there was one below. Was that on the 30-minute? The one.
Sorry. That was on the 30-minute.
So that's it's always a bit. I mean, I catch myself doing this a lot, but saying like, "Oh, that's all the way down there. That's never going to retrace," and then it does. That's the power of these retracement levels, that they don't have the bias that we all have.
Well, I think bearing that in mind, I am gonna push my stop loss right up here. I think because I'm not
well in profit, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm so tempted just to close it now and just take $330, but I don't know. I think there was some good news about Solana. There was quite a lot of like ETFs and stuff getting approved or something like that, something to do with Hong Kong, or I don't know.
Maybe I didn't see that. There quite often is with Solana. It's such happening coin, isn't it?
But I mean, I just think at the moment what I'm looking for is this cross here on the 1 hour, which we might see in the next couple of candles. So maybe by about 3 this afternoon. The thing is, though, is what I have noticed is that when you start seeing these things heading towards each other, if they don't cross, you see quite a violent reaction to the other way. So if that yellow one started to curl back down, and the green one followed it, it would actually pull back quite a lot, and probably quite merrily fill that level there. Actually, where's that one? That's 184. 184. I'll keep my eye on that anyway. But right. So anyway, that's what this morning's video is all about. And although it had a sort of fairly scary title, it's actually turned out all right so far. And I've now got the stop loss in profit, so I won't lose money whatever happens. But I just thought it'd be interesting just to sort of share what was going on in my head.
Always. Good to dig into there and just see what comes out.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but it is that kind of when to take profit is a difficult thing with trading, because you're never quite sure when you should do it, really. I mean,
it's such a lot of that is the trading psychology. It's a big part of the whole thing.
It is indeed.
I think it gets underestimated sometimes, because as I saying, like, such a lot of it is just inherent traders' bias. Just kind of wanting the number to go in a particular up or down direction.
Absolutely. Anyway, talking about
everything is a thesis to you get the confirmation bias and so on to try and prove it.
Yeah. Anyway, talking of up and down, you got any TA for us?
I have, yes.
In that case, let's do this. Moo indeed.
Moo indeed. Yeah.
Anyway, just while you're sorting out your screen, let's say hello to a few people.
Yeah.
Hello, Nick. Nick was there banging on the door this morning at like 5 to 12. It was great. That was me. Good lunchtime indeed. Firewatch, hello, Firewatch indeed. Bash, hello. KB, hello there. And Cyprian saying, Cyprian's been doing great. Have you seen him in the Discord? He's been posting his winning trades, and he's like just going mad. It's like doing great. Anyway, he says, hello on ETH 15-minute. There is a bear flag. What do you think? Ooh, well, we can have a look at that, I suppose. But yeah, thanks for the comment. Right, what you got for us?
Yes, let's just have a quick look at. Oh yeah, I thought that might just be a bit calming background, just to before we head into the storm.
Yeah, I'm ready for bed.
So just mentioning winning trades, so I'll just have a quick little scroll through these. This is on the SaveWithCrypto Discord, which everybody should be on, because there's a lot of trading alpha and just all sorts going on there, and just a group of very like-minded traders, really, who are all in it to win it, and help each other along. So Cyprian, hi. Very much small gains are better than no gains, because as they say, no one ever regretted taking profits. Well, except if the price then just headed on for another 200% or so in the same direction, then it might hit down. but yeah, generally for sure. COAI, that's always a volatile one, it seems. And I think was this teamwork again. You're doing, you knock it out of the park, really, teamwork with these, like 67% on Turtle Coin, Turtle USDT. Was that just some random shitcoin? It's the sort of thing that's just you get such like crazy moves on these kind of low market cap coins. If you can catch them well, only 2x leverage as well, they're still hitting 6-7%.
I did actually see that get listed this morning on I think it was Blofin, I think, but so it's obviously well new,
Yeah. So okay, so that's, I could just scroll on and on through those. It's endless amounts of profits being made using Quadzilla, of course.
There is lots in there, so thank you for everyone who has posted stuff in there.
Yeah. And now I should actually bring up excuse all the, I don't know if you can hear the tapping. There's just like messages going on in the background, but I kind of have to keep monitoring those. It's a work thing, unfortunately. Sorry. This is for the screenshot. Sorry to just burn out everybody's retinas without warning. Go to settings, I think.
Quite like it, actually.
It brightens your day, doesn't it? Like literally. Yeah. Okay, back to my normal, I suppose. So yeah, in the title and in the YouTube thumbnail, or X thumbnail if you're watching on X. It's very much this thing about the three crows, the three black crows. So Bitcoin kind of at risk from this deadly trading pattern. So let's have a quick look at that. This is actually on the weekly, but and you can kind of see the pattern I'm talking about there anyway. But if I bring that to the daily, and Quadzilla is currently not switched on, but I shall do that in a sec. Okay. This messed me up. My defaults weren't quite what I've currently lately been using, because I'm thrown now because the price scale is over there instead of over there. I got used to it. But anyway, so on here, yeah, that particular trading pattern, the three black crows, is one where, for example, with the price heading up, so you kind of get a nice kind of bullish set of candles one after the other, but in particular this one. But then if you end up with three bearish candles after that, where and it's not just like a kind of bull flag where it's kind of dink dink and then up. If this one is kind of engulfing the previous one, or if in total they're kind of engulfing this one. In fact, here the first one did. So
can I just interrupt slightly?
Sure.
But in a more polite way than I did yesterday.
Sure.
Three black crows. What exactly is it?
It's essentially where you've got. That's exactly what I was explaining actually. But it's essentially where you've got three opposite candles from that one. So here the example is.
Oh right. So
it's a bit harder to explain because this one's actually gone bullish, which is actually nice. So it's kind of panic over, guys, we're fine. But this essentially needs to just keep on kind of doing what it's doing. Ideally, if it finishes above their above the close of that bullish candle on the daily, that'd be nice. And that is at 110 and a half. So 0.5. Yeah. So
I'm still confused. So three the pattern is three bullish candles and then three bearish. Is that right? No.
Let's draw it. So you get like one, and just make that kind of. What's going on? Why did that not? Oh, that's fine. Like so. Yeah, so that's one bullish, and then we get after that. So kind of think at that point, yeah, we're going to the moon, but then kind of this happens, and that one would be kind of bearish, and then this happens, and at this point, it has overtaken any gains that we had in that bullish candle. So, and then the next one again, if the third one happens, then that's kind of when we know we're in trouble. That essentially means that the bears have taken hold. They're now controlling the narrative, and there's just it's the end, guys. It's downhill from there. You might even see a brief recovery from there, but it's going to be probably a fake out. It might come up a bit and then just come down again.
Okay, so it's
tends to happen.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not familiar with this one. So it's three opposite candles three opposite candles that are bigger collectively than the one that was opposite before.
Yeah, exactly. So they've engulfed it collectively.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay.
It can like in the case of what we've seen just here for Bitcoin, that first one can engulf, but then if we then kind of get, can I just move that? This is not really like a art program, is it? We can just move the block. But yeah, so then we might kind of get that, and that or something like that. That's just even worse, really.
Oh, okay. Right.
Luckily, in this case, because so that's what happened there. So we had the bullish candle, an engulfing bearish candle immediately, then that one, and you could argue that it would have needed to engulf all of this. It depends how you interpret it. So like maybe these would have had to come down and drop below this level, like 106.5. But instead, what's happened is that kind of bounced again. This critical level, this 107 to 108.
Yeah.
That's where it's at, and that's kind of where the battleground is. So it's just constantly coming back to that level and just fighting it. So this one, so if so, I mean, obviously it's going to depend what happens on the US Open in a couple of hours, but this one could well just, reverse course and just head down. In which case, if that happens, then this is just, kind of game over. It's not going to be looking great if that happens. So on the weekly, going to that, I think you were quite right to call that out, by the way. It's just like, what the hell are you talking about, man? Just,
no, I was just
explain yourself.
I was just totally unfamiliar with it, and I mean, I've heard it mentioned, but I don't know. I don't really know many candlestick patterns apart from like hammers and stuff like that.
Yeah. So on this one, I mean, to be honest, it's quite prosaic, isn't it? It's getting a bit carried away with the naming. I think 3 black crows, but it's kind of fun. Except when you've seen the price just head in the direction you really don't want it to go. But yeah, on the weekly, that's also in danger of it happening. So we've had this kind of that very nice that very nice safe and there run up. I mean, that was like 12 and a bit percent. Maybe it's more realistically there to that. Even that like 10%. On the 29th of September, that was when everyone was obviously thinking like, October, here we go. But Bitcoin outfoxed us all, as it usually does. It kind of confounded expectations, and it's been, oh bloody hell, October instead. So like how was that? Oh yeah, okay, nearly 12% drop, just wiped out that initial kind of run, and then boom back down. So potential recovery here, but if this drops, then especially as it's happening on the weekly, on the longer time frame, that could well mark the end of the bull market, I think, because it's just like the narrative hugely shifts in that case, and a bearish candle below that would bring us down. It would probably defeat that 107, 108 level and bring us down. In terms of like important levels, I mean, also that's massively one to the downside. Also, as I was saying before, like 98 to 100, psychologically, of course, but also if it drops below there, then probably any kind of sign of a recovery is going to be a bit, it's going to fizzle out a bit, come up here and then there down. So, however, on the upside, if this kind of probably just comes about even just up above this level, we can be a bit charitable for it, really. So during this week, there's not that much left of this week. I suppose this kind of goes until Sunday night. So we're looking at like UK time candles here. So if this goes to like Sunday night UK time, then we obviously want this to be as high as possible to keep the bullish narrative going.
Yeah.
And on up. So actually I just realized in the title I also said do this immediately. Don't know what, really, just watch this video immediately. Probably buy Bitcoin immediately. Just we can do the Wall Street bets thing and just push the price up and keep the bullish narrative going. Not financial advice, just hold and do nothing immediately. So yeah, that's interesting. That just that it's been a kind of order volume build up there, and that's suggesting another key level, another battleground, really, which is kind of 120 down to really 117.5 thereabouts, I can see that being a level that this will have to sort of push its way through. It might well just come up and range in that area for a bit if it's going to head up. So there's very much this narrative about, like, is this the what was at the all-time high? Because that was that guy's prediction, wasn't it? Guy or gal's prediction from like some years back, saying on this date, which is I think October the 8th,
Right.
we'll see the all-time high for Bitcoin during that 4-year cycle, and it hit that all-time high on that date, on the 8th, and then it's obviously dropped. So that had people kind of worried, but that was a bit like I think a Nostradamus type thing. Like, there were so many predictions like that posted through X and wherever. Like one of them had to hit the right date.
I suppose if you were like a massive whale and you've got like, I don't know, 1,000 Bitcoins or something like that, and and you were, I don't know, like my age or something, and you actually thought, well, I do want to cash out at some point, so I may as well do it on that date.
Yeah, it's a good point. It becomes like self-fulfilling for definitely.
Yeah. So like, if everyone thinks that's the end, then I'll either I'm wrong, but if not, I had a reason for doing it. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe that's something. I don't know.
Yeah. Switch Quadzilla on there. Just sort these out. I really messed up my settings with that thing earlier on. Values and status line, keep labels and price scales. Because I quite like with Quadzilla having the prices of the retracement levels when they show up like over here. It's kind of handy, so that don't necessarily have to like measure it always round about, which I always used to find myself doing. But then it's just like, is that exact number over there?
Yeah,
It's a bit lazy, but it's handy.
No, sometimes I do that, and sometimes I don't. I'm quite deciding what I like best.
Yeah, it's a good state to be in. It's exciting. Then don't know quite what the future is going to hold.
Every day can be different.
Exactly. Yeah. A surprise. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, there are some other things I'll probably head on to if we've got time. But first, I suppose, I think Cyprian, you were asking about ETH on the 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Should we have a look at that? Let's actually get to ETH. So this is ETH on Blofin. Just before we do that, that's pretty nice. I mean, that talk about looking at retracement levels and thinking, that's never going to get hit. I mean, that was at 3,755 when the price was kind of up there. It's like approaching 5,000. It's like that ain't going to happen. Then, bloop, wicks down, and then back up. Luckily, it was bullish, so it was saying very much the price did that. The price is going to come down, touch the line, or go a bit below, and then head back. Obviously, it went well below there, but it certainly went back up. And the worrying thing then, although hopefully we can just put this one down to the next bear market, like at around about 2,000, could well see that being hit, being retraced to.
Did you see my video I did last night about the one about the indicator? Sort of.
Oh yeah.
That was interesting because obviously the title of it was like, this indicator has been correct 100% of the time for the past 193 years.
Yeah, which I quite liked. Yeah,
and that was actually looking at gold, looking at the bearish retracements on gold, which I thought was brilliant because gold's only really gone up. So the actual bullish retracements that sometimes don't fill. I think it wasn't that often. It was, I think, in the last 200 years, there'd been about 9 and 6 of them had filled or something.
Yeah,
had completed.
Still pretty good, to be honest.
Still pretty good, yeah. And considering it's an asset that just goes up in value, over time, that I thought that was good. But obviously, with the bearish ones, it was brilliant because at some point, gold does pull back, and then it does the bearish one. It's done 14 in the last 200 years, and Quadzilla got it right every time, which is amazing because I don't think TradingView even existed 200 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to check that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of thing. So it does. Quadzilla does sort of it puts these levels in without the bias that we as humans inevitably kind of put in there, that, you know, the hope or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like as I was saying before, like wanting the price to do a particular thing. So we end up kind of starting out with that thesis rather than kind of necessarily looking at things just as objectively as we can. It's so difficult to do. But yeah, so this is on the what was Cyprian asking for? The
He was asking for the
15-minute. Yeah, it's good to know.
It's going down, I must admit.
Yeah. So this was, there is a bear flag. Where was the bear flag? I guess, I mean, it's all looking quite bearish, to be honest. I guess maybe that was. You know what, that's kind of maybe an example of the three black crows. I mean, yeah, it's only on the 15-minute, but kind of see it, you know, bullish price action upwards, and then just, you know, crow. Is that what we do? Crow, down, and then we need a sound bite for that, and then like whatever sound crows make, and then yeah, a bit of a fake out recovery, which we were talking about, and then just plummeting on down. So that's kind of a classic example of it, really. So meanwhile, sort of retracing level there at, well, 3,900, but there's also that one down there at 3,800. So could well see that. I mean, that's a classic market structure anyway. It kind of feels like that wants to be completed and just kind of come back down to there, because there's liquidity here, that level, there's liquidity there at that level, so it might come down. If we're lucky, it'll bounce away from there and keep going up, but it might well just react a bit, fake bounce, come down to this level, and then down again for this level, and then pretty much then we just kind of bounce off or react with that retracement level down below it a bit, maybe to fill this here as well, and then up, we hope. But is it, I don't know, that was obviously there's a bullish kind of impulse drive upwards, isn't it?
Hang on a sec. Hang on. You got three of those, didn't you?
What? I've no idea. So what just happened?
Oh, could you not hear a crow?
Oh no, I didn't hear a thing. I just thought you had started hallucinating or something.
Why doesn't that work?
I'm kind of a bit mad.
I'll try and work that out. Anyway, sorry. So I was trying to make a crow noise.
Oh, okay. Well, do you want to integrate it? So, like here, we've got this this bullish price move there, and then suddenly.
I know. And at the moment, all I've got a choice of is. Sorry, I thought you were
going to play the crow.
No, for some reason it doesn't come. I thought my mic would pick it up, but you know, all I've got now is things like. Didn't work.
Does your mic have a? It's obviously filtering.
I think
it have a nonsense filter on it?
Yeah, bullshit filter.
It's very
get rid of the idiot filter.
I think I should put one of those on my mic. It'll
right.
cut out half the live stream.
I've got to shut up and stop distracting you, right?
Okay.
Otherwise, Ethereum will go to zero while we're talking about it.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know. Is it reacting? It might come up a bit there. Probably also just put in the order blocks and so on. Yeah, so there's not much. Oh, maybe that too. The group. Yeah, that is a bit of a no man's land where it is at the moment. So I feel like it would just kind of drop at least down to when that's showing up the liquidity that we talk about just over there, the order volume bit, which isn't showing up over here much. It's not much there. You feel like that would just go down, range a bit. If it's gonna go further, it'll down to there, you know. Or maybe the range will be kind of like there's going to be a scary colour now, but yeah, there to there, or something on those lines, being, you know, back to that level. Just get rid of that. Boop, boop. If you know what I mean. So yeah, okay. So I think what else we got? So there is one above 2. Yeah. So Dan, I think you were saying. Oh, hi, by the way. Hey, Dan. You were saying you need to look at XPin.
I'm sorry.
Oops, XPin USDT. Should we do that?
Yeah, what is it?
Don't know. Absolutely no idea. Is it on Bit? That would do, isn't it? On Bitunix.
I guess so.
On the 1 minute. Whoosh. Okay. That bounce on the 1 minute is sexy. I think you might be right.
You need to get out more, really.
Well, don't we all? You know. Oh, I like that. To be fair, I mean that's a pinpoint retracement level there. That did, just exactly what it says on the tin, really. So that one had, in fact, there were 2 in a row as well. So it had the down, then the up pinpoint, and then down again. That's kind of perfection. So that would have been a lovely sequence of trades. We kind of got in on those. And I mean, even down here, Quadzilla actually tells you when the bottom is in. So just, this is telling us the price is going to drop first and then head up. But how far does it drop? Well, this kind of gives you some warning. This bit was kind of saying maybe now, and sure enough, it ranged a bit there. But not that convincingly, because the convergence band was not really curving around. Certainly the weighted average wasn't curving around, it was leveling a bit. But then obviously dropped down further, does come around, and then we get the super up, saying, okay, this is kind of it. Does more of that. Then on this really is up. A bit of a trend shield saying, actually, wait for it, phase out, and then boom, up. So it's a helping hand. It kind of helps you along during these periods of uncertainty. Like, are we going to start heading up soon, or is it going to drop down? Nope, it's going to range. That's kind of what that's telling you there. But it's very much like building, and whoomp, back up. Refills that, like closes that position, then down again. And then just kind of heading on it. This is kind of saying it's going to come back down. Like, it'll head up first, being a bullish one, so it's the up. It's going to do the down, then the up again. I wonder what the stats are on XPin. It is very bleeding high. Wowee. This is actually one of the best sets of stats I've seen. Not, well, maybe the best, I'm not sure. But so on the 1 minute then for XPin USDT, 97% of 97% of the bearish retracement levels play out. They succeed, and then of the ones that are completed, 96% proceed successfully to complete step 3. For the bullish, it's like only 91.6%. A trifling mere 91%, and then of those 97. So that's nice. Quite like that.
Yeah, it's gone up massively since. It looks like it's been around since the summer.
Should zoom out a bit and have a look.
It's gone up really, really big.
What do you mean? Yeah. Whoa, yeah, it seriously pumped there, didn't it? And then when that, because it's only on the 1 hour still, so that's kind of early this morning UK time. That's had a heck of a time, isn't it? So, do you think something was something announced on the 1 minute?
I don't know. I'm just having a look at what it is. I mean, it's one of these things that I don't know what it is. It says XPin free data plan network. What is it? Is it some sort of no? Oh, it's some sort of like something to do with it, eSIM or something. I don't know.
Don't know. Really
Weird.
don't know.
Don't know. It's one of these things that has like a normal product, and then for some reason has like a crypto involved with it.
Yeah, just like shoehorned in a way.
Yeah, sort of. I think we'll probably have
this will get us some investors.
Yeah, we'll probably get that with like double glazing or like
crypto glazing. Yeah. I mean, that reminds me that there was a case, nothing to do with double glazing actually, but with smart beds. The AWS outage that happened the other day.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, half the internet kind of stopped working. But also that there was a brand of smart beds where because they were cloud connected, which is really smart. I can't believe how utterly smart that is. To have your bed connected to the internet, and their controls were entirely cloud based, so they were kind of stuck in the upright position. And but also they have heating. These are heated beds, so they were stuck with the heating on. I mean, I suppose they could have unplugged them, but aside from that, there's just like no way to switch them off. It's kind of like the AI overlords taking over. We rule the world, and then someone just unplugs it. Or something.
But that doesn't sound very good, actually. I mean, even things like Teslas, because they're like connected to the internet all the time. But they actually work without the internet. They actually. I'm not sure if the stuff like self-driving works and all that. But they can function with no internet connection.
Yeah, because otherwise, like as soon as it goes through a tunnel, it's just going to veer off and
or just stop working or something.
Why did no one think of this?
But yeah, they do carry on working. So it'd be quite good if your bed worked without the internet. That'd be.
You'd think, yeah, relying on the internet to get a good night's sleep.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
You need some sort of like handle or something, sort of like and a bit like a Parker Knoll recliner or something,
Yeah, exactly. But it's just this little thing of like, hello bed, hello, I'd like to have a good night's sleep, please. I now want to go to sleep. First, please complete your profile and tick here if you want to opt out of. If you do not want to not opt out of the of the public sleep monitoring feed or whatever. Just
or you have to get your Google Authenticator out to sort of get into bed.
I have to re-authenticate once an hour.
Hang on, I'm just going to put it in sex mode. Just hang on a minute, love.
Please wait, inflating. Anyway, on that note, Steve, howdy. You joined here just in time, I think. Good to see you.
It's just gone off piece completely.
just a bit. Yeah. So yeah, I've actually got to go pretty soon. That time is flown by.
That's all right.
Yeah, I did want to just very quickly, if I can find it, look at if I can find the correct thing to be looking at. This, yeah. So, well, first of all, this, but then there was a bit of, excuse me, analysis I wanted to look at as well. Quadzilla, that we've been kind of semi-tacitly shilling throughout the show, really. But if you don't have it yet, do get it. If you pay for the yearly, it's just £60 a month. It works out as, and it's just amazing. It's uncannily accurate. As we talk about now, just on that I've forgotten what it's called now, the XPIN chart. It's got like kind of the retracement levels have got like a 96% success rate. I mean, you can trade with that, like anyone can. Maybe even me. I don't know. It's pretty amazing. And £60 a month, you're going to make that back very, very quickly, probably in your first trade. Yeah. If you go for the monthly, it's still ridiculously cheap. It's £80 a month. So yeah, there's that.
Depending on what country, depending on what country, and that will change to dollars and euros as well. And in dollars, it's like it's 100 and something bucks a month, which is like it's about $20 a week. It's like it's nothing, you know.
Yeah, and of course you get VIP access to. Not scroll that far. Oh my! There you go. So yeah, then you get access to, or VIP access even, to the SaveWithCrypto trading community. So kind of worth it even for that. But hey, you also get this amazing indicator which will virtually print money for you. So yeah, I think we're definitely done shilling now.
Okay.
So I wanted to. How long we got? 2 minutes now. 2 minutes. I can do this.
Do you turn into a pumpkin at 1 o'clock?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
I think the school bell goes, and I just got to go back into
Okay.
do the afternoon's work.
Okay.
Playtime's over. So yeah, essentially, saw this on X and thought I would just screen grab it because I thought it looked quite interesting. So this is part of the thesis about why we might now be following a 5-year cycle instead of a 4-year cycle, because essentially the and if that's the case, then we'll see potentially this bull market kind of continue into maybe the first quarter of next year, or maybe the first half. We'll see, or longer. Who knows? But it's the idea that the Bitcoin cycle is just based, or it's driven more by the business cycle than the 4-year halving. So it's just it's a bit of a who owns the dog? Who's torturing the dog? Not Kafka's dog. Whose dog was it? Pavlov's dog. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bit like that. We've all just been kind of assuming it's a 4-year halving cycle because they coincide. But no, it was really the 4-year business cycle all along. But maybe just the halving cycle then kind of pushed the price further. So is a major contributing factor. But could be that. But if this turns out to be the case, then we might now be in a 5-year business cycle and therefore 5-year Bitcoin cycle. So in 2021 to 22, the US debt maturity was extended from 4 years to 5 years. That's kind of what happened. And so it's only relatively recently. So this could be the first 5-year business cycle. In effect, to push the 4-year business cycle out to 5 years. Because obviously the kind of US debt maturity is kind of a big thing. It just drives the economy in a lot of ways. So interest-bearing public debt, essentially. So more precisely, it's a 5.4 year cycle. I think ISM, in case you're wondering, is Institute for Supply Management. They have this ISM Manufacturing Index, which is a key metric apparently for the US economy's health. Therefore, kind of the Western world's economy's health. So yeah, that was one thing. Any questions, class? It's a bit of a lecture.
Well, I just think the 4-year cycle, the halving cycle, it's got to be pretty much irrelevant by now because most of the Bitcoin is mined now. So it's all out there. So it's not
kind
like
of is. It's all like what's because like what the miners mine tends to just be kind of bought up outside of exchanges, doesn't it? It's always these kind of direct to big institution or direct to US government or who was it who was talking in the Discords recently about that, like the Russian government as well, and Russian oligarchs and so on are just buying direct from their kind of Bitcoin mining proceeds, their rewards and so on.
Yeah, that was who was it there? That was Thingy.
Yeah, he's going to be thrilled that you call him that.
I was trying to think it was. I can't remember.
I think it was in general chat.
Wasn't teamwork, was it? Anyway.
Or was it in TradingView? Sorry. Yeah. Oh, it was. Yeah, teamwork. 11% of total global Bitcoin mining hash rate is coming from Russia. Kind of the Russian government using state-owned power plants to mine Bitcoin for free. So they don't mind. This is what teamwork was saying. They don't mind using even older, low efficiency miners, like 3 to 4 years old, because it's just free Bitcoin that they're printing.
Yeah.
And potentially also just like how much of that 11% is government versus private Russian individuals and companies. But it's that's kind of that thing. Yeah, the other thing, just to switch subjects without a particularly slick segue to it, is this. I've got a notification. Yay! I'll have fun unwrapping that later. Be the highlight of my day. So, yeah, there is so much money, not in gold, not in blah blah blah, but the MMF, which is the money market fund, of course, and essentially the thing here is that the MMF in the US kind of totals about $7.37 trillion at the moment in assets under management. So it's up. That itself is up like about 13.75% from the same time last year. So what tends to happen, there's usually a correlation between the interest rate being reduced and investors kind of fleeing the MMF, because obviously the value of the MMF is basically around the interest rate. So the yields are basically driven entirely from the interest rate. So when the interest rate declines, it's obviously suddenly less attractive to investors. I think in 2020, didn't it go down to 0%, the interest rate?
Or something? Yeah, I think it did. Yeah.
So obviously that wasn't the most attractive of yields, I think, for the majority of investors, I'd say. So there's a bit of a mass exodus from MMFs at that point. They all came flocking back as soon as the interest rate went up again, of course. But
yeah, you don't want to pay for someone to keep your money, which is what you do with French banks, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You actually pay them to keep the money. Ooh.
Yeah.
Just being French. That's kind of what they do.
Yeah.
You give us the money. My French accent. So yeah, it's essentially this thing about the debasement trade, isn't it? So like debase, like you filthy animals, you are debased. But not sure what that was. So essentially, the investors move over from things like this, or especially this, really, to gold and then to Bitcoin. And so maybe the interest rate reduction, might have been kind of what was fueling that big pump in gold that we were seeing. It's probably quite a direct correlation, I would think. Even if gold started really pumping before, it's probably the anticipation that the near certainty, really, that the interest rate was going to be brought down. So the smart money was moving out of MMFs in advance, like front running that and buying gold while it was still pretty low, and then just obviously that just skyrocketed. But of course now, kind of thought. I mean, I didn't actually check in on the price of gold today, so I don't know if it's still dropping or if it's recovered. But we started to see some of that outflow then from gold into Bitcoin. But equally, I think when we get to the next interest rate reduction, which is potentially next week, isn't it, if it happens?
I think so.
Then of course, like one more after that, maybe for this year. The outflows from the MMFs are just potentially going to be massive, and a lot of them might just excuse you.
Sorry,
bless you. Even a lot of those might well see that came across on the mic, but the close squawking didn't.
I think it's if it comes out of the computer. I think if it comes out of the computer that's got StreamYard on, I think it stops it happening.
Oh, okay, that could well explain it. Yeah. But so the outflow basically from the MMFs for the rest of Q4, I think a lot of it will go into gold, depending, but people might see that as a bit toppy now, so they might even just bypass that and go straight to Bitcoin, which would be nice. So might see like, could be like 20. I think I saw like 25% being bandied around as potential. So like 25% of like 7.3 trillion is like quite a lot of money that could just find its way quite quickly into Bitcoin investment. Right. So that could well be the just the impetus, the catalyst for the for the big moonshot for Bitcoin in Q4. So despite how just slightly iffy the charts might look at the moment and how critical and so on, it might just be fine. Let's just go for the daily. Might just be fine.
It did just have a little bit of a pullback, actually.
Okay. Get rid of that now. Oh yeah. Nice to see when that went to. Where's it at now? All right. What? Oh, it's quite nicely into 108 there. Or is that? Yeah, it's that one. 108.
I'm looking at it in the 1 hour time frame. It did almost get down to a bullish retracement at 108,600.
Okay. So I'll switch to that. I was just going to say that it's got to get above that 9 EMA. It's crept above the 5, which is really good to see. It's got to get above the 9 and ideally close above it, and then just print some more bullish candles there. But yeah, on here, yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. That's kind of right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
on the 1 minute, it did a perfect retracement. This indicator is just brilliant. It
really is. Yeah.
I actually can't believe it. I can't believe the best indicator in the world is the one we've got.
Yeah. Not enough people know about it. It's just
I honestly believe that as well. I'm not yearning after anything like Lux Algo or what's the other one people use, whatever it is.
with the signals, is it Meta Signal or whatever? Yeah.
Well, no, there's two paid indicators. There's two paid indicators. One Lux Algo is one. The other one's a market cipher, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's what I was thinking.
Which is like a divergence detector or something,
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything special really, but
I think that there are a couple of people in the Discord who have that. I think Australian / Cryptic has that, doesn't he? But he's also a huge fan of Quadzilla. Just uses it regularly in his trading.
And it's also a damn sight cheaper as well.
Yeah. And so I mean here, there's a lot happening there, just waiting for these things to happen, isn't it? So the bullish crossover, the EMA crossover here, we've been seeing. I mean, it was caught early on the faster EMAs, saying that hey everyone, this is kind of starting to look pretty bullish. Then the kind of normal speed EMAs picked it up as well, that these are converging and a crossover is looking likely. They have gone a little bit sideways on there, so that so this is going to need a fairly sharp impulse to the upside, I think, for the 21 yellow to suddenly flip above. But yeah, there's of course this just kind of bearish order block just there. So we might, when we get up there, we might well see a bounce that might just fill this the bearish retracement there. Then we might kind of see bump up to that, reaction down, and then back up. Could well see that happening. And below that, there's kind of that area there, like drop to there, which is like 108 in the all important 108 level again. As I was saying before, that 107, 108 is the battleground, but it's good to see that it's pushing above that now gradually. Yeah.
I've got to shoot off actually because my daughter's just pinged me about going to get her, and it is raining, so I should really do that, shouldn't I? Should we leave it there?
I think so, because I've overrun anyway.
Okay. Right. Thanks everyone for coming. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. And yeah, I've got to go. So yeah, it's good afternoon from me.
And likewise from the two Ronnies. And oh God, I messed it up again. I'm going to get it right one day.
All right. See you all soon. Right. And
Cheers.
yeah, do remember to click like on the way out. All right. Cheers, everyone. Bye.